Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Annie. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for subscribing and welcome back. If you're not yet subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. We do have a good time here: travel vlogs, fashion vlogs, skincare, lifestyle, and more. Please go ahead and subscribe. Thank you. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about Vietnam once again. At this point, I think Vietnam was or is a series, and this is going to be the last part of it. I went to Vietnam a couple of months ago. I went to Hanoi. I just posted a video about Vietnam. I think about 3 videos now. The first one was a hair shopping video, and then I went to Bana Hills in Da Nang, and I also just uploaded a video about some of the items that I bought in Hanoi. So check it out. I promise you're gonna like it. Alright, so today I'm gonna talk to you guys about the things that you need to know before you go to Vietnam. If you're thinking of going for hair shopping, if you just want to have fun, or if you want to start a business, or if you just want to visit the country, I have maybe 10 tips that you need to keep in mind before you go to Vietnam. Let's get into it. Before you travel to Vietnam or any other country, the first thing I'm going to tell you is check for visa requirements. As someone that has been to a few countries here and there, you would think that I would have narrowed down travel requirements, visa requirements, all of these things down, but you guys, I still made mistakes. And I made these mistakes so you don't have to. When it comes to traveling to Vietnam, you need a visa. Yeah, you need a visa. That's the first point. You need a visa. I had no idea that we need a visa in Vietnam. I just thought it's one of those things where you walk into the airport, show your blue passport, and then you get it stamped. Welcome to our country. It was a lie, yo. It was a lie. My friend and I were stranded in Seoul, South Korea. Alright, so this is what happened. We spent, I think, 6 days in South Korea, and the plan was to go from South Korea to Vietnam, which was about what, 3-4 hours, easy flight, right? We packed our things, saved some of our luggages in the airport. Thank God for that. We did everything on time. We went to the counter. Where are you going to? We are going to Hanoi, Vietnam. Can we have your passport? Of course, we bring out a blue passport. We pride, you know. Can we have your visa? What? A what? A Nobody told visa. You don't need visa to go to Vietnam. Oh yeah, honey, you do. My friend and I were looking at ourselves like, what is people talking about? I know Koreans are very soft-spoken. Now, I need a visa. So what's gonna happen now? And then we were like, okay, well, we can do visa on arrival. They said, nope, you need an actual visa. So we started going back and not with them, we started going back and forth, trying to think of what to do. We went online, and indeed, you do need a visa. Yes, there is a thing called visa on arrival, but there is a clause around it. Let me just go on Google and read. US citizens must have a visa for Vietnam obtainable through an e-visa application, a pre-approved visa on arrival letter, or a traditional embassy visa. For any visa type, a passport valid for at least 6 months beyond the stay, and 1 blank visa page is required. Apply for an approval letter from a Vietnamese embassy or a local visa agent online. This letter is required to receive the visa upon arrival at the designated international airport. You will need the approval letter, a completed entry/exit form, 2 photos or passport, and the stamping fee, which is about $25 to $50. So, before you get the visa on arrival, you need a pre-approved letter. Okay, so for you to board your plane to get to Hanoi or any city you're going to get the visa on arrival, you need a pre-approved letter showing that you can actually get the visa when you arrived. So nobody was wrong. We're just correct in different ways, if that makes sense. So something that was supposed to cost $25 ended up costing us over $100. Yeah, so we had to go online on the e-visa website and go through the application and wait, which is something we could have avoided if we did this at home, which we did. In our defense, we went on the website. My friend encountered some problems. I did as well. I think with hers, it had to do with her passport. For me, it had to do with the area that we were staying, which could have been resolved if I had just reached out to the hotel. So because she was having that issue, I was like, okay, I mean, I know I can resolve mine, but I'd rather we just do this together. So I decided to just wait until we do our visa on arrival. So that was the problem. It's not like we did not even try at all. We did, but we encountered some issues. So anyway, I'm going to show you guys how to apply for an e-visa on the website. So what I did to make this session quick and easy was I typed out the site. So I'm just going to copy it from my notepad and put it on Google. All right, here we go. So this is the one that my friend and I used to apply for our e-visa before we left America. Okay, so once you get on the site, this is what it looks like. Ministry of Public Security Immigration Department e-visa website. When you scroll down, it has all the information that you need here. E-visa is $25 for single entry visa and $50 for multiple entry visa. So you can click more details, read more if you want to. And there are clauses. I'm just gonna act like I want to apply for a visa, and you guys are gonna see what it looks like. And also I'm gonna show you guys where I ran into issues. So you can read all these declarations, scroll all the way down and click the boxes to confirm, click next. Okay, so it's quite easy. It's not even difficult. I promise it's not difficult at all. This is where your passport, with all of this information, very visual, very clear, and I did not have issues here, honestly. So you fill all of this out, and this is where I had issues, guys, right here. Okay, so this all of this residential address, which I got that, and the city and province, I kind of struggled, which could have figured it out if I just reached out to my hotel, but it's very easy, it's self-explanatory, it's not even difficult at all. So this is the site that we tried at first, and then I discovered this one. All right, so this is the second one. I think this one is easier. So it says Vietnam online portal for e-visa. Apply for visa, visa fee, processing, check status, contact. You know what? Let's just go ahead and apply for a visa. Okay. Of course, we're acting because I don't need an e-visa right now. So you just put in your itinerary, the airport, port of arrival. So yeah, just put in your passport details, your date of birth, your what else is here? Oh, if you want to add an extra person, you can do that as well. So I think this is easier. So of course, it has a 5-star rating. To be honest with you, I think I would recommend this one compared with this one. I think we just chose this one because it looks more like you're getting it directly from the Vietnamese government. All of them are legit. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys this, and do not worry, I'm gonna add all of this to my description box so you do not have to worry. All right, let's get back to the video. So as you guys saw, it's very easy. It's advised that you go ahead and do this at least 2 weeks before your trip to make things easier, to be on the safe side. Okay guys, so the second one is going to be Google Translate. Babe, Google is your best friend for communicating with people, especially if you're on there for business or just you need Google on your phone. Let's say you go to a restaurant and then you're trying to read the menu. I can show you guys what I do, or if I want to read signs or just read random things, or if I want to read ingredients in a product I'm buying, or just generally, Google Translate is your friend. I'm gonna show you guys how I use it. I'm just gonna go ahead and show you how I use Google Translate on my phone. So I'm gonna use this food mask. It's made in Korea and everything is in Korean. Hopefully you guys can see it. There are a few things in English, but let's just act like this is a food menu and there is nothing in English here. Okay, here's my phone. So I'm gonna go on Google on my phone. Okay, so this is Google. Excuse my nails. My nails don't look good right now. Once I open Google, this is gonna show, and then I'm gonna touch on this icon right here. Once that opens up, I'm gonna touch this one right here where it says open camera. At the bottom it says search, translate, live and create. I'm gonna touch on translate. Okay, once I do, it's automatically gonna pop this up. Okay. So it's already detecting the language by itself. I don't even have to do anything. Korean to English. It says this food mask Leaves your skin feeling soft and supple, just like wearing socks. Containing honey extract for hydration and shine, it gently softens rough skin and skin cells and cuticles, restoring vitality and energy to your feet. So yeah, I can read that in English, but it's in Korean. All I have to do is translate from Korean to English using Google Translate. So when I tell you that Google Translate is gonna save your life, just believe I know what I'm saying. Okay, let's get back to the video. Okay, so the third point I would consider before going to Vietnam would be the weather. Generally speaking, you can visit Vietnam at any time of the year. For instance, it gets cold in the northern parts of Vietnam like Hanoi, which makes sense because my friend and I went in April and it rained and it was cold. I'm not even kidding. So I would keep that in mind. And the best time to go to Vietnam would be between January and April. Next tip is transportation. There is no Uber in Vietnam. The means of transportation are the scooter or the tricycle or keke, like we Nigerians call it, bikes and taxis. When we went, we used all of them. We did the taxi, we did the bikes, and we did a scooter. Unfortunately, I do not have a video of the scooter ride because it was raining that day, so we could not really take pictures. But Uber does not exist in Vietnam. However, they do have Grab. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, I think it's called Grab. Yeah, they use Grab in Vietnam. I think Grab bought Uber, so that is basically their Uber. I was not able to use it for some reason. It never worked on my phone, so I did not bother. Every time we wanted to go out, we had to go to the hotel reception and get them to call us a taxi, or we'd just step out and then call a taxi, which worked. So yeah. All right, the next thing I'm gonna tell you is the fourth thing I'm gonna tell you is have cash with you, the local currency. Okay, before you leave your home country, make sure that you have the local currency with you. For airport runs, to buy things on the street, make sure you have cash. I know that in my video, I think I mentioned running on street. That is a slang that we use in Nigeria when someone is trying to play with your head. Let's say an item is $50, they might say it's $100. That is trying to run you straight. It's not like it was like crazy, but I could tell that that was happening. And a lot of times when you have their local currency with you, it just makes things easier. You don't have to worry about trying to convert the money. And like I needed to come clear the air. When I said run streets, it wasn't like crazy. It was just something that I was not expecting. But then again, when you think about the fact that I'm a foreigner in their country, that tends to happen a lot. Once people see that you're different, they kind of try to run you streets, okay? But I mean, it is what it is. They try to run us streets. The trip that was supposed to cost, what, 350,000 dong, ended up charging us almost 900,000 dong, which was crazy. So yeah, they tried to run us straight. But you know, like I said, it's allowed. Don't just do too much, you know. Guess what, guys? Not all banks allow ATM withdrawals in Vietnam, which was unexpected for me. I think that's for someone that travels a lot, like all these things, I should have them narrowed down. I had never had that experience before. Usually when I travel, I'll just walk into the ATM, you know, withdraw my cash, I'm here on my way. But this was different. Like so many times I would have to check my account, like, I know I have money. You know, I will not just leave and, you know what I mean? Like, my account is looking good. Why can't I make a withdrawal? Only for me to realize that, child, not all banks allow ATM withdrawals in Vietnam. So keep that in mind. Have that in the back of your mind, whatever you're doing. Not all banks allow ATM withdrawals in Vietnam. I experienced this, so you don't have to. Okay, so this next tip is strictly for the ladies that are going for maybe hair business or any type of business. Okay, make sure that your PayPal or Alibaba is working. I'm saying this based on my own experience. If my friend was not with me, I would not have been able to buy my hair. We got to the hair factory, looked at the hair, made our choices. When it was time to pay, I could not pay. But thank God, because my friend has an app. I have the app too, but for some reason I was not able to use it because I changed my phone number. I changed a few things, so I needed to re-authenticate myself before using that app. And unfortunately, I could not do it while I was in Vietnam. She was able to use hers, and that was the only way that I was able to pay for my hair. So I would say, before you travel, make sure that your PayPal or Alibaba is working. I don't use PayPal. I think maybe because they're always having security breaches. Because I'm in cybersecurity and they're always being spoofed. I see this every day. PayPal. I'm just like, okay, PayPal is the one method of payment that I'm never gonna use. So before you travel, make sure that your method of payment, if you want to do wire transfer, if you want to do Alibaba, guys, make sure that all your methods of payment are ready and have your cash with you. Okay, have cash with you. It's going to be bargain. Okay, for this one I don't have to talk too much. If you're Nigerian, if you're African, you already know what time it is. We know how to bargain. Someone tells you it's 500 naira, best believe I'm gonna say will you take 150 or 100 naira? And then a lot of times they'll end up pursuing you. So yeah, learn how to bargain. If you guys saw my last video, you saw a lot of the items that I bought in Vietnam. This scarf is one of them. If I tell you guys how much I bought this scarf, because my friend and I bargained, okay, and we got very good prices. So once they give you a price, don't just, except you have the money to splurge. If you're not about that life, you just want to pick up your item and be on your way, girl, do you. For me personally, I am always gonna bargain. I'm always gonna bring that price down, because if you tell me it's $500, best believe I'm gonna pay $250 or $100 at the end. Right, so the next tip I'm gonna tell you is carry your pepper with you. If you're African and you're Nigerian and you eat pepper, sweetie, carry your pepper with you, because the food tastes good, but you know that pepper just makes it better. Pepper just makes it perfect. Like, carry extra spice, carry your pepper with you. At one of the restaurants that we went to, I know at some point the server was kind of irritated with us because we kept asking for pepper and their pepper is not spicy. There was no way I was gonna eat pho like that. There was no way I was gonna do that. I needed extra pepper. So that was lesson learned. So now, before we travel, we are gonna have a big container of pepper before we travel, because the food is good, very good. The pho was amazing, but it just lacked pepper. So when next I travel, I'm gonna have my pepper with me. Alright, so this next tip has to do with custom making your clothes in Vietnam. If you guys don't know, you can actually walk into the store and custom make your clothes in Vietnam. However, you have to do this on time. If you have 5 days in Vietnam, as you're getting into the city, literally you should go from the airport to the store to get your clothes done. If not, you're gonna miss out. In my own case, we did not have time, so we missed out on that. However, if you have time, even if you're spending 3 days in Vietnam, once you get into the city, go straight to the store and custom make your clothes. They have those stores everywhere. Literally, as you're walking, you're gonna see stores that can custom make your clothes. Walk in there, they take your measurements, you pick your fabric, pick your style, and they can custom make clothes for you. However, like I said before, you have to be proactive about it. Just wanted to say, I see you're still watching this video. That means you're enjoying it. Go ahead and subscribe, like, and share. Thank you. Bye. Right, so this next tip might ruffle some feathers. I apologize in advance, but what has to be said has to be said. You have to be careful about where you eat and what you drink. When I was there, the only thing we drank was just bottled water, and we're very particular about the restaurant that we went to, so keep that in mind. I have very sensitive stomach, so I'm very particular about what and where I eat. If you're someone that can get away with stuff, good for you. I cannot. I have to be extra careful, so I would say do strictly bottled water and be very careful about the restaurant that you eat. Okay. So this next tip, if you ever find yourself in Da Nang is like Chicago or Miami. I really enjoyed Da Nang. We had such a great time. We saw the dragons spitting out fire, spitting out water. Oh my god, it was so much fun. People say it's overrated, it's for tourists. So what? I did not think it was overrated. I had a good time. I mean, you don't live there. If you live there, that's different, but if you're visiting, why not just take advantage of, you know, little activities like that? I would say it was worth it. So if you ever find yourself in Da Nang, make sure that you go to Dragon Bridge at night. So this next tip is for my girlies that either want to go hair shopping for business or personal use. Before you go, make sure that you have a hair vendor before you go. Don't go to Vietnam blindly thinking that you're just gonna go there and walk into a factory, or walk into the store and find a hair factory or a hair vendor. Before you leave, as you're planning to go to Vietnam for hair shopping, make sure you have a hair vendor. Make sure you have everything in place. If you don't do that, you're gonna waste your days and you're gonna be so frustrated with yourself. Okay, it took me more than 8 hours to find a good vendor and to find a hair factory. And also, if you happen to find yourself in Vietnam without any vendors whatsoever, keep in mind that before anybody takes you to a hair vendor or a hair factory, they're gonna charge you money. If I tell you how many people I reached out to, how much I was being charged for a hair vendor, you guys would be surprised. So I would say before you leave, set aside $100 to $200 or pounds or euros for hair vendors. If you reach out to somebody online, they will tell you, oh, I have a vendor. But what they're gonna do is you're gonna have to pay them a certain amount of money before they take you to a hair vendor. Luckily for me, I don't even know how I found a hair factory, but luckily for me, I was able to find a factory, and that is how I was able to find my hair. So before you leave, make sure you have a vendor, make sure you have someone that you're communicating with, someone to help you, because babe, you can't do it by yourself. You cannot do it alone. If you're lucky, of course, good for you, but I would say have a backup plan for everything that you want to do. Just in case this doesn't work, this has to work, have a backup. I know the city that you're going to, because when people think about, oh, they sell hair in Vietnam, it's not just the whole of Vietnam. There are certain cities that deal mainly on human hair. So these are the things you have to keep in place. Don't just get up and go. There are so many boxes you have to check before you go to Vietnam. I think we are more than 10 points by now, but the next point I'm gonna tell you is traffic. Whatever you do, just know that there is a lot of traffic in Vietnam. If your activity is supposed to be for 3 p.m., don't leave at 2:30 thinking you're gonna make it there on time. It's not gonna happen, okay? There is a lot of traffic in Vietnam, in between the scooters, KK, the bikes, the taxis. It's a whole bunch of things. So if you have an activity for 3, I would say leave at 1:30 to be on the safe side, because keep in mind, it's not home. It's a strange place. You don't want to go there and be lost. And also, when I said that Vietnam is crazy, like Balogun, Lagos, I was just talking about how busy Vietnam is. I was not expecting that. Honestly, it was very, very, very fast and very busy. But would I go back to Vietnam 1,000 times? Yes, I loved Vietnam. We had a good time. So yeah, I would definitely go back to Vietnam. Anyway guys, we have come to the end of this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Would you go to Vietnam? Are you planning a trip to Vietnam? Let me know in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for watching this video to the end. Please do not forget to like this video, subscribe and share, and I'll see you guys in my next video very soon.